is a CBS News special report. Can you hear it? The cheers across Rome and soon across the world. I'm Nora O'Donnell in Rome, and you can see it too. The white smoke. Just moments ago, the cardinals of the Roman Catholic Church sending the signal from the Sistine Chapel that they have elected a Pope Maurice. Oh my gosh, I have the chills. Listen to everyone screaming.
It is a goosebump moment for all time. You can feel the moment, you can feel the crowd, you can see the smoke, and you know what just happened.
May the Lord preserve Stop Projector. Discuss film with Jeff and Glenn. Lord, please give this podcast a long life. Make Jeff and Glenn blessed upon the earth, and not hand them over to the power of their enemies. May their hands be upon your holy servant, and upon your Son, whom you have anointed. Long live Stop Projector Discuss film forever and ever. Amen.
Congratulations. You are no longer locked into your systemic, rigid, linear, and monotonous life. Welcome to your new favorite podcast, Stop Projector Discuss Film. Around here, we do things a little differently and serve it all up, family style. Your hosts are the foul-mouthed heel and local curiosity, Lil Glenny Boy, renowned for gilding the lily, succumbing to the sunk cost fallacy, and refusing to kill his darlings, and Glenn's collaborator, confidant, and partner in crime, the cinematic phenomenon and East Village icon himself, the man who comes from beyond the Valley of the Ultra Vixens, Jeffrey Leroy Raymond.
Projector Discuss Film.
I want to win. I want that trophy.
All right, Jeff, are you ready to play the game?
Well, yes, sir, I am.
Can Jeff name the top film franchises with the most sequels? Are you ready, Jeff? There's no penalty for wrong answers. Just keep naming and so you get them all. Here we go. Ready, go.
James Bond 007, Star Wars, Star Trek, Harry Potter, Batman, I'm trying, don't do that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Aliens, shit.
Hello there, Jeff and Glenn. This is Abigail from Doylestown. Hey, Jeff, I got some terrible news yesterday. My sweet granddaughter Delilah recently got, I hate to even say it, breast implants. Jeff, how am I supposed to react to seeing them for the first time? Heavens to Betsy, please help me.
Are never a good idea unless you're a victim of breast cancer. So hopefully you can talk her out of them. Or if not, then just try to make her feel better about her hideous mistake.
This is why you are our dear daddy. All right, let's see. Young Indian chick. I hate to... She has a name, but I forgot it. Okay.
Padma.
This was sent in by... not Pat, Jeff.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, let's see here. All right. Ready, Jeff?
Yes.
Here we go.
Jeff, I need your help. My friend judges me for being poor, but her ex pays for all her ritzy stuff. I don't want to lose her as a friend, but her berating me about my finances is tearing me up inside. Any advice?
Why, yes. For one thing, I'm not sure how much of a real friend she is for giving you this kind of grief, but you can start back by condemning her for just being a whore getting money from her boyfriend and reminding her that's the only reason that she has anything different than
That's
you.
right.
And you don't have to depend on the whims of some idiot guy to, have nice things. You're going to get your own nice things, and they'll be so much more satisfying because you know you got them yourself. Okay? Put her in her place. Let her know this is not acceptable.
Exactly right. And she has a problem with that. It's like, hey, now you guess what? You solved the problem. You know she's a fucking bitch.
That's right.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Joyce, you've got a great pair of legs.
A smooth look is a sexy look, and it's yours with undie legs. Pantyhose with a stay-put panty. Undie legs go under the clingiest of clothes, erasing wrinkly panty lines forever. All that's left is you.
Stretching, bending, standing, setting. There's one pantyhose that's always fitting. Nothing beats a great pair of legs.
Stop projector with Jeff and Glenn. Settle down, sink in. Ride the waves, let's sing 10. SPDF. Stop projector with Jeff and Glenn. Settle down, sink in. Ride the waves, let's sing 10. SPDF. Stop projector with Jeff and Glenn. Settle down, sink in. Ride the waves, let's sing 10. SPDF. Stop projector with Jeff and Glenn. Settle down, sink in. Ride the waves, let's sing 10. SPDF.
All right, let's go.
Give me his name, Doctor.
Out.
We appreciate being invited into your jurisdiction. I didn't call you. That was somebody from the state attorney's office. Mm-hmm.
This one is for you, Adrian. Now you, Paulie. Let's go for it. Rocky 5. Let's do it now. Guy goes on the fucking box.
Freeze! Put your hands on your hips. Hands on your hips. Do the hokey pokey.
The coolest.
Well.
None cooler.
Glenn is the coolest. I told you. Too cool for my mom.
Too cool for my mom.
Fabulous.
All right, welcome back to the show.
It never ends.
We're going all night long.
That's right, baby.
I mean,
That's
once we
right.
do our Patreon, we could actually play music. That's going to be a whole nother.
Lua.
Oh.
We're going to go.
I want to, Jeff, if you don't mind, I want to go to our girl Charlene with the Rockwell Files. The first edition, first segment.
Yeah, I haven't
here,
seen
my
this
friend.
yet.
Oh, you haven't seen this?
I'm very excited.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just an average man with an average life. I work from 9 to 5. Hey, hell, I pay the price.
Tonight on Behind the Bullshit, 80s pop phenom Rockwell. Just an average man with an average life. I work from 9 to 5. I paid the price. Or did he? I call bullshit. Let's take a closer look at Rockwell. Another bullshit artist. Another one-hit blunder. Yo, time to put that corny motherfucker shit on blast. Thanks to its odd lyrics, the massive 1984 chart hit, Somebody's Watching Me by American singer Rockwell has been called a paranoid pop classic. The narrator thinks people on the television can see him, and he also imagines he's in the Twilight Zone. Rockwell was only 19 years old when he was catapulted to stardom with his debut single, which was #1 in France, Belgium, and Spain, to name but a few. The singer's real name is Kennedy William Gordy, and he's the son of legendary Motown founder and CEO Berry Gordy. he made a decision not to record under his own name and trade off his family connections, preferring to try his luck as an artist utilizing his own God-given talents. You gotta be shitting me! Being the son of the Motown founder would have opened many doors for the young Rockwell, who was named Kennedy William by his father in honor of President John F. Kennedy and soul music icon William Smokey Robinson. Rockwell grew up around the music industry, but his decision to record under an alias was spurred by his father's reaction to his talents as a teenager. He recalled recording a pop-funk demo on his basic 4-track recorder in his bedroom at the family's Hollywood home. Playing the track to his dad, the 18-year-old would-be recording artist was disappointed at the reaction. Gordy Sr. was behind hundreds of #1 hit records, so when he heard his son's early effort, his reaction was reserved, to say the least. He advised the teenager to keep on writing, and you'll come up with something one day, but added, don't give up your day job just yet. The teenager alleges that he continued writing songs without asking for his famous father's input. However, he later described his own songs as mediocre at best, and he began to feel disheartened, angry, and frustrated. He believed in the power of prayer and asked God to grant him the creativity to write a chart-topping hit that would tickle the taste buds of the music connoisseur. To use his own words, Jesus! Can you believe this horse shit? He said everything became much easier after he turned to God, and 1 year after presenting his first effort to his father, he was writing Somebody's Watching Me, with the words and music flowing as he sat on his bedroom floor, feeling inspired. He recalled the inspiration for the song came from events in his past, starting with his childhood when he thought a neighbor was spying on him.
Coming up later in the show, the conclusion to the Rockwell Files. Stay tuned.
My roommate Noelle at the time, like her stepfather, Howard Bloom, he had a PR firm, you know, and he took on the Jacksons for the Victory Tour thing. Remember that when they were going to try to get back together for a moment? So the brothers get some money too, you know, not just Michael, you know, and the dad was there, like, you know, and the stories that I heard about that man, unbelievable. Like, you know, he would come around to the office and just like act like he knew what he was doing. He doesn't know anything. Didn't know anything what he was doing, you know. And he would get in everybody's way and just bluster and bully and just hideous and stupid. Like, you would think it would be so embarrassing to be like that, you know. It's like everybody knows you don't know what you're doing. You know, just get out of the way. Evidently, Whitney Houston's dad was like that.
Oh, yeah.
And he'd get in there and, like, you know, put his 2 cents in, and they'd just be like, yeah, until he left. And then the producers would put it all back the way it was supposed to be. You know, because his wife, you know, Sissy, who was like the breadwinner of the family, you know, she was a big recording star forever, didn't have the balls to, like, you know, time to shut the fuck up, like, get out of the way.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like, you know, like you know what the Pygmalion effect is? Like, people live up to their expectations.
Karen
right?
used to bartend at this jazz club. I can't remember the name of it because I'm old and addled and blah blah. But you know, I went to see her and Sissy Houston was playing, and her teenage daughter, you know, 14, 15-year-old, whatever, Whitney, 16-year-old, came up and joined her for a couple of songs. And Paul Schaefer was there at the bar. And, you know, we were all sitting at the bar together. And some guy, who I don't know, was there. And he said to Paul Schaefer, he's like, when are they going to, you know, when is she going to record an album on her own? Meaning Whitney.
Yeah.
And he goes, not until mommy and daddy say it's okay.
Right.
And it was like,
unreal.
People that have all that control over you, you're like, so sad, you know. Because evidently, she had like a girlfriend that, you know, I shouldn't be saying this because I don't know if it's true or not. But the scuttlebutt is like, she had a girlfriend when she was younger and in a romantic way, you know. And they basically refused to let her live that kind of life. Like, you know, you're not going to be a lesbian, like, you know.
Right.
You're going to give up your friend and like blah, blah, blah. And she was very unhappy from the word go. And that's kind of why she picked up with Bobby Brown, like, you know, it was like, oh, my parents will really hate him. But,
yeah. All right, Jeff, like, check this out. We're going to go into like employees picks. Employees picks right after this.
Hello? Hello? Who is this?
Why don't you guess?
555-1482. How's that? Close enough?
Bell Atlantic caller ID can help stop harassing calls.
What is this place? I brought you here to bury Alan's cat.
Daddy, is church all right?
Why, Judge? I have my reasons.
I dreamed he got hit by a car and you and Mr. Crandall buried him in the pet cemetery.
What did we do tonight, Judge? What we did, Lois, was a secret.
May the Lord bless you and keep you.
Has anyone ever buried a person up there?
May the Lord make his face to shine upon you.
You're thinking thoughts best not thought of.
Daddy's gonna do something really bad.
You're thinking of putting him up there. Don't deny the thought hadn't crossed your mind. Come back to me, Gage. Come back to us.
Paramount Pictures presents Stephen King's all-time best-selling tale of horror, Pet Cemetery.
Cute little dog you've got there. But hold on. In a previous life, he could have been George Washington. Nice cat. Perhaps Annie Oakley. And look at him. Why, it's Napoleon. Reincarnation. What human being was your pet in a previous lifetime? Master reincarnationist E. David Scott will tell you when you call this number. Just answer simple questions with your touch-tone phone. $1.95 per minute for entertainment only. Under 18, get permission. Call now. Learn who your pet was as a human in a previous lifetime.
All right.
I call bullshit.
Ruin his
so good in Pet.
film career.
I forget how good Pet Cemetery is. We have
so scary. The little boy is amazing. He's so creepy. He's so creepy. That little boy is so creepy.
even that trailer though, like it's like
when he like remember in the movie, like the little boy like cuts his Achilles tendon with that scalpel. He didn't even realize it because he was kind of living it at the same time. He was an alcoholic and he was trying to quit drinking and get over being an alcoholic. And he's like, the book is about an alcoholic, like trying, you know, to stop being an alcoholic.
Right.
And, yeah. It's like getting away from his family. Like he's like, all, you know, being all evil and whatever, you know. And he didn't realize it for years. For a few years, he was like, oh my God, this is like exactly about me being an alcoholic. You know? The writer, you know, like, but the book is so scary. That was the second book in my life that I sat up all night long and read in one night.
In a binge.
I finished it, yeah.
Wow.
I read it all day long.
I mean,
all night long. Yeah, when my mom got up for work.
That's an earthly human pleasure, like that feeling. Like,
oh, I couldn't stop.
Isn't it?
I would put it down for a little bit and then go eat, like,
what a great
have a tuna fish sandwich and like whatever, you know. And then blah, blah, blah. Came right back.
Oh, you shut the light off and then you put it back on and grab it.
Yeah, no. Yeah. I didn't even bother with that.
Oh, yeah.
I knew I was coming back.
Yeah.
I just had to get some sustenance. And Kubrick, basically what he kind of did was, it's like, is there really anything going on, or is it just this guy going crazy? Kind of thing, you know? And he did that and kind of like, took out all the other, you know, supernatural stuff in a way, you know, because it's like, if you look at it, you know, it's like, it could all just be in Jack Nicholson's
And there's a lot of
mind.
different like theories and like it's like
Oh my God, right?
ambiguity. I go and like, but like that annoys some people. I go, I like that.
I love that
to a certain degree, but also again, it's like, well, I like that from like the creator, not from like the interpretation of the creator. So then it could get a little bit muddy there. You know?
There's this movie called 203. Did you ever see 203?
No.
I've always seen parts of it because it really gets involved. And it's like these 4 different theories about what The Shining is really about. And boy, they go into it. Like, and one thing I'm so glad though that they kept in, because I was like, you know, as I was watching it the first time when it first came out, and I was like, I was getting madder and madder, you know, like I was like, damn them, you know, like, but I was so glad they left in. Was like Scatman Crothers, you know.
Oh yeah.
He's like in Florida, you know, on vacation, gets the psychic thing from the kid, you know. I need help, you know. And he comes there and does the thing and goes through all that shit, you know, gets the snow blower thing to drive up to the hotel. Yeah. And opens the door and gets killed immediately, you know, because in the book that was so shocking. It was like, oh no, because you really had all your hopes. Like, you know, this guy's going to come up and help them, you know, the mom and the little boy.
Yeah.
He's going to help them, you know, and he gets killed right off the bat.
Warning to all snoops, do not read beyond this page. If you read on, it's because you have no life and nothing better to do than to pry into mine. Anyone who keeps reading on is cursed and will suffer until they die a slow and painful death.
Ooh, real scared. Read on.
Found a little book under the bed, covered in secrets that he never said. Flip through the pages, oh what a thrill. Jeff's hidden thoughts give me a chill. Reading Jeff's journal, it's a wild ride. All his little secrets that he tried to hide. Truth on the paper, no disguise. Oh Jeff, you got some wild sides. He wrote about love with a girl named Lou. Lose with Sam, what's Jeff gonna do? Dreams of a life on a pirate ship and a recipe for the perfect dip. Reading Jeff's journal, it's a wild ride. All his little secrets that he tried to hide. Truth on the paper, no disguise. Oh Jeff, you got some wild sides. Doodles of dragons, maps of Mars, plans to build a rocket-powered car. He wrote a haiku that rhymes purple and orange. Jeff's world's a freaky trip, not hurtful but fun. Reading Jeff's journal, it's a wild ride. All his little secrets that one time he lied. Truth on the paper, no disguise. Oh Jeff, you got some wild sides.
Black ballpoint pen on ripped loose leaf. Date unknown.
So Jeff, like, could you tell us about this picture right here that from your journal?
I can't really tell what it is.
Oh, because it's got a picture of Mark Ruffalo in the center, right? It says "Book of the Face, Esquire." Then it says,
I'm gonna get it.
Yeah. So, because I wanted to get your like what you were thinking about. There's a random page pulled from Jeff's journal. So I don't know if you remember making this, but it says "Book of the Face." There's Mark Ruffalo in the center, right?
Nice.
Then it says "Family Guy," Shogun, 100 Gex on the left side.
Nice.
On the right side, Kurt Russell, Women We Love, Jodie Foster, Jane Fonda, Margot Martindale, Diane Lane. At the bottom it says "Short Stories by Stephen King," A Grittier Bond. Do you remember? Can you want to expound on this?
Short stories by Stephen King and who?
It just says "A Grittier Bond" slash and an unfinished slash and then nothing.
Grittier Bond.
It says "Short Stories by Stephen King," A Grittier Bond, and then nothing.
Oh, A Grittier Bond.
Yeah.
Like the name of a story.
Well, again, it's like this is like
I know.
I think you're like free flowing here.
Yeah, always.
So what do you like? What do you think?
Well, I'm not sure this is what I'm doing. That's what I'm like into. You know.
Do you still love those 5 women?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, how could you not?
Yeah. What are you like? Diane Lane,
Jodie Foster, Jane Fonda, Margot Martindale, Diane Lane. Women we love.
Yeah.
Right? Or should I get a psychologist to like
all.
look at this and like analyze it or something?
No doctors at all. Like, no, this is what I'm into. Not necessarily all on the same day. I didn't necessarily fill out the whole page in one day, but this is what I was into at the time. There's probably before that, on another page or another edition, it would be like number 1. There's like a magazine. It would probably be Interview, and it's you Esquire. Like, you know, it's like, you know, what were the, you know, when I was younger and stuff. The magazines I read when I was younger, like Interview, Esquire, you know, that kind of thing. And
like is it like it's like I love like the left side where it says Family Guy and then right underneath Shogun, right? And then 100 gags of parentheses, and then what does it say after under that? It says EROD or something.
What does it say?
Parentheses, it looks like ERO, some symbol. See, that 100 gags in the parentheses at top, like on the left side of it, right? And then, can you see my cursor here? Okay, so here's 100 gags, right here. It's Family Guy here, Shogun, 100 gags. I go, and this is something that I can't really read. It says EROD or something right here. Anyway, but it's like, but this is like I just
EROD.
It looks like ERO circle with a slash through it. ...
ERO.
You know. Family Guy and Kurt Russell are big and bold.
Right. Yeah.
I just want to go. I want to know like your mindset here. I go. I would love if a psychologist can like contact us and or like an art critic, somebody to tell us like, more about what this means. You know.
Right. I would like to know what ERO.
I love looking at people's hidden secrets.
Yeah.
By the way, it's like this is nothing to be embarrassed about.
No, I'm not embarrassed about this.
You're just seeing the other stuff. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
I just said, I didn't.
No, there's plenty.
I just said I don't. I
There's
don't do
plenty
that.
to be embarrassed about. Believe me, in the thing.
Believe me.
Like, when I get going.
Oh
yeah. When I'm like feeling sorry for myself. Oh.
Well, listen.
Humiliating. Like, oh.
That's why never write anything down because it's like, guess what? It's gonna fall into someone else's hands at some point. I go, like that's guaranteed. I go, listen, write it, burn it, eat it, and like move on. But anyway, long story short. Oh, Jeff, look at this. We got a psychologist just came in about talk about your picture. Hold on. Look at this, Jeff. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Check this out.
Nice.
Nice to be here. My name is Levi Trumbull, and I am a licensed clinical psychologist and researcher with expertise in advancing mental health equity and evidence-based treatments. I have earned my PhD in clinical psychology from Stanford University. I've published numerous peer-reviewed articles and presented research at international conferences, including the American Psychological Association Annual Convention. I've held academic positions at UCLA and USC and have been honored with the APA's Early Career Award for distinguished contributions to psychology. Okay, let's get on with it, shall we? Glenn, I've gone over the page you sent from Jeff's journal, and I do have a few thoughts and possible insights into Jeff's mental state at the time of creation, which I hope will set your mind at ease. I was immediately pulled into Jeff's drawing, as it offered me a captivating glimpse into his stream of consciousness, revealing a relaxed and creative state of mind. The page is filled with free associative references to pop culture icons, suggesting a mind that's effortlessly generating ideas from perhaps recent encounters from both film and television. The central figure, a large, smiling portrait of Mr. Mark Ruffalo, may indicate the artist's focus on identity, it exudes a sense of comfort and contentment that is undeniable. The surrounding list of admired figures and works, such as Jodie Foster and Diane Lane, under the heading Women We Love, implies a sense of admiration and affection. It begs to ask, would Jeff include his mother in this list of strong, beautiful women? Jeff, your drawing's unrestrained nature, with overlapping words and doodles on lined paper, reflects your sense of freedom and comfort in self-expression. This lack of control or editing suggests that art or doodling might serve as a stress relief or thinking tool, rather than a tedious obligation of a commissioned work, which is often seen in today's art world. Glenn, rest assured. The overall tone is one of curiosity and ease, with no darker themes or distressed imagery to suggest emotional turmoil. Instead, the piece feels like a light-hearted creative exercise, capturing a moment in time where Jeff's mind was processing a range of stimuli and influences. The friendly face of Ruffalo anchors the flurry of ideas, creating a sense of cohesion and playfulness, and perhaps an innocent schoolboy crush. Glenn, you'll also be relieved to know that Jeff's mental state at the time of creation appears relatively healthy, creative, and curious. There's an ease in the way the ideas are laid out, a playful tone to the face, and a confident use of space. The drawing looks like it was done during a moment of relaxed thinking, possibly even boredom or daydreaming, rather than emotional distress or intense focus. I'm not sure when this page was created, as the date has been marked as unknown. But Jeff, I hope you have maintained your sense of childlike wonder and continue to use artistic creation as peaceful reverie in this chaotic world. Be well, fellas.
It's time for employees picks. Jeff will recommend some flicks, or TV shows old and new. Some are happy, some make you feel blue, but not in a bad way, but in a good way too. The reviews roll in like twister tornadoes, so listen to Jeff fuck rotten tomatoes. It's time once again for employees picks. Take one and try it and see if it sticks.
You see me in these pleasant surroundings, safe, secure. But am I really? Are you? There's a side of life we tend to ignore, the world of humans so callous, so degraded they are worse than animals. My new picture, Lady in a Cage, explores that world. It's a strong picture with a terrifying theme which affects us all. That's why I urge adult, responsible people to see Lady in a Cage. You will be shocked. You will be terrified and fascinated. So I caution you, do not see it alone. See Lady in a Cage with somebody you can hold on to for dear life.
Lady in a cage, locked in her own madhouse of insane intruders, powerless to stop the psychopathic horror that hems her in.
We're gonna kill you, Pop. All of you. You. And a human being.
Olivia de Havilland, helpless before the rage of such characters as the wino, half crazed with his own destroying sin. The hustler, a blousy has-been, the most amazing role Ann Southern has ever played. The muscler, lusting for the last wild thrill of killing. The weirdo, a blonde psycho driven to tempt, to taunt, to destroy. The wildo, frenzied by a woman's body, or the razor edge of a sharp, glittering knife. They're all in Lady in a Cage, the picture that is not for the weak. And perhaps not even for the strong.
Me, I'm an animal. Right now, I am all animal. A lot of time, I can't even make animal. Well, come on in here. Kill the wino, I see.
No.
No. No, not good. No. Praying.
If you cringe at violence, scream with fear, faint at horror, Lady in a Cage may not be for you. But if you can take the screen's heights of dramatic excitement, don't miss it.
Such a good movie.
First of all, I want to thank you for like introducing me to that. That's one of those movies where like from the first shot, I was like, this is good. Right? Was it like the tire or whatever? Like the thing?
Oh, no, that's the very end.
I was like, but like whatever it was like as soon as it started, I was like, again, I don't know from Olivia de Havilland, despite popular opinion that like it was like I don't know any of the shit.
Yeah, she was a big old movie star.
But like yeah, like again, like it's like you know,
she's been Gone with the Wind. Yeah,
I hang out with questionable people, but I go, I'm not into like, but like when you showed me this, I was like, this movie, first of all, it fucking rules. I go, and like the trailer does it justice. I go, it's that good. The movie doesn't disappoint.
Oh no, yeah.
You know what I mean? So like
so sick.
For Place Picks, like what do you like give you a little spiel.
Oh man. This movie is like my friend George Abaniello, who wrote Andy Warhol's Bad, turned me on to this movie. I'd never heard of it before. And I was so thrilled once he showed it to me. I was like, oh my God. But it was like right after Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. And, you know, that movie came out. And the producers were like basically saying to Olivia de Havilland, oh, honey, you're going to win. You're going to win the Academy Award for this. Like, you know, it's like, you know, people are going to be like freaked out and like, you're going to win the Academy Award.
It came out, it was considered mainstream? Because it comes
at first.
Oh, because
they yanked it.
It looks like a
they yanked
movie.
it
Yeah.
fast. They yanked it after about a week. It was like what the hell? You know, it was something. It was something, and they really.
You remember when you first saw it?
Well, George turned me on to it. George Abaniello, who wrote Andy Warhol's Bad. Yeah, I know. Me too. I'm just gonna. No, that's okay. If you can do that without pause, like, no, but
Is that why people love Olivia de Havilland? Is like because of that movie?
no, most people don't know about it.
I mean, like that's a gay icon. I know that much.
Yeah, she's
Straights don't know.
well, most people don't know this movie. It's
This movie got me a lot of credit along the way.
Oh yeah, exactly. As well it should.
For people who like know what's up.
Yeah. She was like, she was
credit.
in Gone with the Wind and you know, like The Heiress and all these like big time movies like in the old days, you know. And she's a big movie star. And then after Betty Davis and Joan Crawford did Whatever Happened to Baby Jane.
Was she like their level? Like she was like that, like or like not
Yeah,
that, but like
yeah.
she was like in the mix of like those
Yeah.
A-listers.
Yeah, she wasn't quite
Yeah.
at the top like they were.
Right,
But she was right underneath them.
Wow. Okay.
Right underneath them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she was a big star. Big star. she, starred in pictures,
Because this movie seems like it's like today would be cutting edge. I go back then. I go, it must have been like wild.
Oh, it freaked people out. Like,
yeah,
they actually pulled it from the screen because it just freaked people out so bad. And a lot of people don't realize, some people do, if you're really paying attention, it's her son that she lives with goes away for the weekend and leaves her this note. But it's basically, he's not coming back. And he's pretty much, we think he's homosexual, but she's kind of all over him. Clingy, like, it's almost incestuous, the relationship she has with him. My darling. Well, I think it's like, I think it's Saul Bass, like did the titles and stuff with the lines, he did all those like a lot of Alfred Hitchcock and a lot of, Saul Bass. Like, yeah. And yeah, I think he did the titles, and I think he did I think he did the trailer too, and like, yeah, it was, because they didn't know what to do with it. Like, for one thing, they never thought she would do it.
But
and,
the other people in there, like, they weren't stars yet.
Yeah, well, Ann Southern was. Okay. Ann Southern was a big star. And that was another one, like, shock, yeah. The what do they call her? The hustler? Or, whatever. And she's, like, playing this alcoholic, prostitute, like, screws bums for, like, $1, and, like, it's just horrible. It's like, they can't believe it, Can't believe Ann Southern's playing this filthy part, because at the same time, she was on the Lucy show on TV with Lucy.
But how many movies back then, like, obviously, like, they were going for a shock factor that, like I don't think, where was it? I mean, Sunset Boulevard had a shock factor, but, like, not like this kind of thing. Like,
yeah, no.
This is like, it's like, this is crazy. What's like,
yeah. Well,
it's like Last House on the Left level of, like,
yeah.
This is disturbing, and people don't want to see it, even like back then, especially, right?
Yeah.
I think
it is. It's like, yeah. It's once whatever happened to Baby Jane came out, then they were like, we're gonna do that one better. We're gonna make it more shocking than whatever happened to Baby Jane. Yeah. And we're gonna have to do it. Our thing, I was watching a documentary about Jodie Foster, and she's talking, and like she brought up this thing that I never thought about. It never crossed my mind. And she's like, when you're a kid on the set of a movie, if anything goes wrong, they blame you, whether you had anything to do with it or not. Because like adults like are completely comfortable yelling at kids, but they don't want to yell at other adults.
Right, Jeff.
Because they're like in positions of power or this or that. She goes, so people will like yell at you for shit you had nothing whatsoever to do with.
Right.
It's not your fault at all. And they're yelling at you. And it's fine with everybody.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Right.
And I'm like, oh my God.
The conclusion of the Rockwell Files.
The lyrics refer to the pranks he played, like the prick he is on his girlfriend, which he lived with, and who was flipping the rent bill. Cockwell would wait until she was in the shower and then sneak into the bathroom and press his face up against the glass as she washed her hair.
You in danger, girl.
When she opened her eyes, he would make her jump and she would squeal. This inspired the lyrics. When I'm in the shower, I'm afraid to wash my hair, because I might open my eyes and find someone standing there. The other lyrics about feeling like he was in the Twilight Zone and that people were watching him through his television set were totally fictional. The young Rockwell was a childhood friend of Michael Jackson, who was 6 years his senior, and the other Jackson siblings. As the families knew each other, he spent a lot of time at their home, and as his sister, Hazel, was married to Jermaine Jackson. This further cemented the link between the two families. After recording a demo version of Somebody's Watching Me, Rockwell took it to the Jacksons' house to ask what they thought of it, singing live over the backing track. After forcing Michael to listen to him sing it several times, he pleaded for Michael to sing the backing vocals. After After a forced phone call with Motown founder and Rockwell's pop Berry Gordy, Michael Jackson ultimately relented and agreed to sing backup vocals on Somebody's Watching Me. Because of MJ and his family's legacy, this Nepo baby prima donna secured a record deal with guess who? Motown! Lord have mercy! To this day, he asserts that it was without his father's knowledge, choosing his stage name because he believed he rocked well.
I call bullshit.
Yep, verbatim, he believed he rocked. Well, Somebody's Watching Me was released on the 14th of January, 1984, 2 months before the singer's 20th birthday. Rockwell's first album, also called Somebody's Watching Me, was released on the 30th of January, 1984, and went gold in the United States. He wrote, arranged, and co-produced almost every track. The religious singer again prayed to God for guidance during the recording, but I guess God had better things to do. Although Somebody's Watching Me is a lighthearted song, in reality, it's no laughing matter if you don't feel safe in your own home. Spdf Fire and Security helps householders and businesses to stay protected, thanks to our wide range of CCTV systems. Use the code COCKWELL for 15% off your installation.
Rock and roll has got to go.
Petty gripes, petty gripes. This is a petty gripes production.
Yeah. So there you have it, Jeff. Now you know the story of Rockwell.
I kind of, you know.
I like this song too, but
I kind of like all the trouble he went to, you know, try to distance himself.
Well, no, that's all horseshit.
Exactly.
Jeff, we got one of our listeners sent us a video thing to be part of All Jacked Up on Red Slang. You want to check it out?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm all jacked up. I'm all jacked up. All jacked up. I'm all jacked up on Rad Slang. All jacked up on Rad Slang. We're all jacked up to stop checking with the gang. Rad Slang gets the best of me. I'm all jacked up as rad as can be. Rad Slang gets me. Slang gets the best of me. Rad Slang gets me. That's one best of me. Rad Slang gets me. That's what's up. Rad Slang gets me all jacked. I'm all jacked up to stop and check with the gang. We all jacked up on the fresh rag slang. We all jacked up to discuss, film, and hang. We all jacked up on Rad Slang.
Hey Glenn, hey Jeff, love your podcast. This is great. It's a breath of fresh air on a stinky day. Well, here's my question. I'm all jacked up on Rad Slang over here. I want to know what you hear about. I'm hearing a word called lick a lot. Somebody's a lick. I'm feeling like I'm a lick. You know what I mean? And then they're saying a thing that's an NPC, and I feel like I'm an NPC. I think they're talking to me when they talk to these things. Maybe you can help me out here, Jeff and Glenn. That's it. Slim.
Lick, pronounced. Lick, noun, ghetto slang, definition. 1, an easy hustle. 2, an easy mark to rob. Think someone who does drugs. Street basketball slang, a scrub. A horrible whack hoopster. A lame baller. A loser who ruins the game's competitive nature and fun. NPC, pronounced MPC. Noun, definitions. Gaming slang. Multiplayer cheats. Ghetto slang. Massive power cock. Not a huge cock, but rather a massively powerful cock. Social slang, a selfish, vengeful sociopath. Basketball slang, someone with nothing to contribute to the game. So Slim, in this scenario on an outdoor playground basketball court in Brooklyn, I do not feel the baddies that are calling you lick and NPC believe you have a massive power cock, nor do they believe you are part of an online multiplayer cheating consortium. They most likely see you as a whack scrub, who, if played in their pickup game, would most likely drain the spirit, fun, and the desired high level of play. Or perhaps they see you as a selfish, vengeful, drugged-up, sociopathic mark who would be easy to rob. Two halves of one jacked-up coin. Regardless.
Rad Slang gets me, that's one best of me. Rad Slang gets me, that's what's up. Rad Slang gets me all jacked up.
Word.
Thank you. If you want to send in your questions and queries, no, like we're here to answer questions, right, Jeff?
Yeah. After that, like, send something in.
Well, no, it says that he asked, and we went to our investigative reporters from Brooklyn, from the courts.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But how do they not know? Like, you might have a massive cock,
Oh,
yes, we have conflicting reports.
Well, if you want to send in like any
Fucking
questions
idiots
for
and
us,
us.
please do. Oh, Jeff,
Yes, my guy.
something's coming in right now. Hold on, look at this.
Oh, ding, 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 ding. Coming in on the tape.
Yeah. Oh, Julia Knight. Do you know Julia Knight, Jeff?
Her name's kind of familiar.
Yeah, she's she's an art critic. Let's see what she has to say.
Oh, nice.
Hi, Jeff. Thanks
Hi.
for having me on the show. For those who don't know, my name Julia Knight, and I am a renowned art critic and historian based in New York City. I hold a BA in art history from Columbia University and an MA from the Bard Center for Curatorial Studies. I've written for the New York Times since 2010 and previously served as contributing editor at Art Forum. I've also worked at the Whitney Museum of American Art and Christie's Auction House. I am a proud recipient of the National Art Critics Association Award and have published several books on contemporary art. With that out of the way, let's get to that page from Jeff's journal and break down the makeup of its artistic merits. Jeff's drawing embodies a captivating blend of spontaneity and personal expression, merging written word and imagery in a collaged layout on lined notebook paper sketched in utilitarian black ballpoint pen. The interplay between text and drawing creates a layered, scrapbook-like quality with references to popular culture, Esquire, Family Guy, Kurt Russell, Stephen King, and offers a glimpse into the artist's interests. The central portrait of American actor Mark Ruffalo, boldly outlined in a cartoonish style, exudes a friendly and direct presence, while the uniform line work and deliberate use of thicker outlines draw attention to the face as the focal point. The piece's naivety and raw immediacy lend it a charming personal quality, akin to expressive doodle that captures the artist's mental state and fleeting inspirations. The lined paper subtly integrates into the composition, contributing to the dynamic interplay of positive and negative space. The scattered arrangement and varied scribbles evoke a sense of free-flowing thought, making the drawing a fascinating snapshot of the artist's tastes and creative process. Ultimately, this piece's value lies in its unpolished, spontaneous nature, offering a unique window into the artist's mind. I believe this piece would find an audience in the outsider art community, and, Jeff, I'd love to see more of your work in the future. Good luck to you. Thanks, guys. Take care.
Thank you.
I think she nailed it.
I think
in
so,
a real
too.
way, right?
Made me feel good.
No, but I mean, like,
would you like to see my etchings?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Well, yeah. She works for she's very classy, educated, learned woman.
Tapping at my chamber door.
You want to see what I could do to a pair of underwear? Yeah.
Quotes the Raven. Nevermore. Nevermore. No, I like that one. Yeah. Nice.
No, I'm like that's again. It's like that's the art world for you, right? It's like it's like hey.
I knew she was gonna say Art Forum, by the way. I knew it in my
Art
head.
Forum and like
Art Forum
for Christie's and
but
by the way,
it's
like
Forum.
She looks like the cool aunt that you always wanted. Like she's like. Jeff, do you want could we go inside Little Glenny Boy studio and I could ask you like put you on the hot seat for a bunch of questions? All right, let's do that right now.
Welcome to Inside Little Glenny Boy studio. Tonight, LGB continues his unending quest to discover the extraordinary power of filmmaking, storytelling, acting, television revelations and revolutions, all through the eyes of one, Jeff Leroy Raymond. Through thought-provoking questions, inquisitive queries, and heartfelt rebuttals, Lil Glenny Boy takes one step further into the mind of a movie master and television sensei. Join us, won't you?
Thank you for joining us today, Jeff, inside Glenny Boy studio.
Oh, it's so my pleasure.
I appreciate it. So I just have like a little list of questions for you.
Absolutely.
Okay. A movie that you hate and you'll never watch again.
That I hate and I'll never watch again. hate. I mean, I have movies that I'll never watch again because they were
I know
so,
that's like that's
freaky and
yeah.
upsetting. Hate.
Let's go. We'll come back to it at the end.
Probably
Okay.
Solo. 100.
Solo. Okay. Okay. A movie that you find overrated.
Oh man, so many. How do I narrow that down? Let me think. I would say Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters. Okay. A movie that you think is underappreciated.
Oh man, talk about so many movies. Georgia Rule.
Georgia Rule.
Yeah.
A movie that you can watch over and over again.
All the President's Men.
A movie that made you love horror films.
So many. Island of Terror, starring Peter Cushing. A British movie.
A movie that you wish you made.
Paradise with Melanie Griffith and Don Johnson.
A movie that changed your life. This changes with like the weather, basically.
Yeah, a lot of them, but changed my life.
Like right now, what do you
was,
think of?
I would say Dead Again. With Kenneth Branagh and
wow. Yeah, and I love that.
Yeah, me too.
A movie that scared the living daylights out of you.
Waiting Till Dark.
A movie that you should have seen but have never seen.
Treasure of the Sierra Madre.
A movie that made you like musicals.
Fame.
A movie that always makes you laugh.
Animal House.
Thank you, Jeffrey, for coming to Inside Little Glenny Boy Studio today.
Oh, was that it?
Yeah, that's it.
I was having so much fun.
That was 20 questions. We'll bring it back next week if the crowd demands it.
Okay.
You know. Okay.
That was so much fun.
That was fun. Yeah, like believe me.
Because I really had to think. And
Yeah. Hey, Jeff.
Yes,
Let's go to our sister station. Mick Swizzle is back. He's outside Grauman's. Let's take a look.
Yes.
Jessica JK47 Kirkwell here. Let's go now to Trudy TV's entertainment reporter Mick Swizzle. Mick, are you there? Come in, Mr. Swizzle.
Yes, indeed. I'm afraid the worst may come to pass. I have good authority that currently there is soul-crushing fear and major unease inside the old playhouse tonight, as it seems that some unknown entity is trying to sabotage J-Lo's quote-unquote spectacular opening number. Already tonight, the packed house has witnessed several falling drama sandbags that nearly squashed a few wannabe backup dancing twinks who wandered a bit far from home. And if that wasn't enough, we also saw a reliable American-made smog machine mysteriously catch fire and do some real damage to half a dozen ratty wigs located in the wardrobe department. Inexplicably, no eyewitnesses to the vandalism have yet to come forward. Unreal. This reporter, for one, believes that the elusive rainbow cloak of silence is not a conspiracy theory, but in fact a truth, and is being implemented by cast and crew alike to ensure a top rating by all the reviewers in attendance. I, for one, refuse to turn away from the truth. I believe that these events are connected, and may be the work of the dastardly disruptor and negative influencer, Babyface McFlusters, who has stated long ago, clearly in his long, wordy manifesto, that his goal, ultimately, is simply to ruin people's good times by utilizing his patented one-man flash mob antics, and regenerating his hate through his unholy lust for the crimson spotlight. McFlusters will seemingly stop at nothing to accomplish his sick, dark, and perverted goals, however devilish they may be. We return you now to the Get a Life Marathon starring Chris Elliott.
Trudy. We'll check back in with Mick to see how that plays out.
That's right.
Yeah. That's very exciting stuff here. Our sister station, Trudy.
That's right.
Yeah. Trudy. We don't cover like that kind of nonsense, but Trudy does, you know.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God for Trudy.
Exactly right.
Because it is important, even though it's not.
No, it is important when somebody makes their 5th biopic of themselves.
That's right.
That is what we like, you know, we like to do, but like.
Now just me.
Jeff, check this out. We got a couple of reviews. You want to see this?
Yes.
Okay.
Here at Stop Projector Discuss Film, we value your opinion.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up.
You don't have enough respect for yourself or other people, or what it is to express yourself. In music or any other form of creativity. And I'm an NYU film school graduate, sucker, and the School of Visual Arts, and the Academy of Art University in San Francisco. You suck. You're a no talent. If you really had talent, go practice, and then get yourself a gig, instead of ruining the end of the day for everybody down here. You disgrace. You're everything that's gone wrong in this world. You're a self-consumed, no talent, mediocre piece of shit. And I've earned my right to say it. Okay? I had 200,000 people with Bill Graham. In 1975, I walked Bob Dylan up on stage. Who the fuck are you? I knew the Grateful Dead from 1966. Who the fuck are you? You nothing. You nothing.
What makes people all over America break down and cry like this? Call 1-900-9099-CRY and hear it for yourself. $2 for the first minute, 45 cents each additional minute. If you're under 18, ask your parents before you call. 1-900-9099-CRY.
Pornography, adultery, TV, soap operas, uppers, drunkenness, compulsive shopping.
What you do, you stupid idiot? It was your fault.
Shut up, both of you. She looks bad. No, don't try to move her. She's got to stay right here.
The reactivation of a past memory due to similarities in the present. Any words spoken during the engram act as post-hypnotic commands. When the engram is re-stimulated later, she has a feeling that she is a stupid idiot. It's her fault. She looks bad, and she's got to stay right here.
No, I've got to stay here.
Why? I don't get it. I told him we would be there.
I don't know why. I just don't want to go anywhere. I look terrible, and I'm starting to get a headache. Head.
Let me ask you a question, Jeff. First of all, imagine if you went to your mom and said, "Can I have am I allowed to call a number where you hear people crying on the other end?" As your mom, for my mom would be like, "Are you out of your? The porno line's better than this." But it's like,
my mom would say, "I'll make you cry for free."
Yeah. Yeah. I'll give you something to cry about. Yeah,
that's right.
Well, speaking of crying, though, like I want to talk about, it's like what film is guaranteed to make you cry? That's a good question.
So many.
A great question.
Walt Disney's The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
I mean, you're notorious for saying you never cried in real life, but I
used to. Yeah.
But in films, you did, right?
Yeah, for a long time. It's different now.
Yeah.
Now that I'm older,
the real life stoic and like the.
No, I cry in real life now.
Oh.
Since we've had like
once
cats
you get old, yeah,
and stuff, cats and when I had my heart problems, that it kind of now I can blubber it.
Would you call a number to hear somebody else cry?
Hell no.
Maybe I would.
Hell no.
Hell no.
No.
Yeah, we're doing a great job here. We're almost 4 hours in. So
nice.
Let's I just want to like get through like there's a couple more things and we'll save the rest for next time. How about that? So we had 2 of our listeners send in their trip diaries, and I would hate to leave them hanging.
That's right.
So like let's take a look at that.
Don't leave them hanging.
And
Hey.
by the way, hold on, Jeff. If you have a trip diary, audio or visual you want to send in, spdfpod@gmail.com. We accept all submissions and we play all submissions. That's the thing about it.
I can't wait.
Jeff, I think we're really touching people today.
I think so too.
You know?
Hopefully they will know who it is.
Anyway, so like we always encourage people to send stuff in to spdfpod@gmail.com. And one of our segments is called Trip Diary, where we like to people to send in like audio, visual, diaries, anything when you're tripping. All right. So we have 2 people sent in like their little trip diaries today. And I think they're very like, I love watching this kind of shit.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
fascinating. So let's take a look.
Fabulous.
Sent in by Terminator 32, a salvia trip.
Try to make it. Be doing
Oh, the dream is so there. 7 minutes to care. Let's all just be there. So care of that. Fucking idiot. Matthias, man. I don't know where the fuck this shit was at. Fuck you, everybody. It was Candyland in my house. Fuck all you.
John Unkerman, Magic Mushrooms.
This guy does look cool as hell.
Just
That is your drip diary.
Oh my god.
I think I'll stay away from salvia, but the mushrooms seem fun. I love when you do it like in your practice space and like the guy's got to grab the keyboard because like everything could get damaged, you know. And a salvia, that was the first one with salvia. The mushrooms one, that guy, Alkerman, thank you for saying that. Like to me, I'm like, that's how I remember taking mushrooms, like just laughing and being like, giddy. But he looks like he's in his garage and his wife's like probably not happy upstairs or whatever. Yeah. Yeah. All right, we gotta like rifle through this because the show's going on. It's coming up on 4 hours here.
Nice.
We don't mess around. We promised the dually roundhouse. So let's take a look at this, Jeffrey. And because you did, Dear Jeffrey, Dear Happy.
I call bullshit.
That's a boy Happy.
Right.
Like to pipe in all the time.
And
yeah.
Dear Happy, I need to get laid. This is not a bluff. I am in desperate need to dip my wick in some sticky ick. My only current prospect is my Queen of Hearts named Tracy, who I know through my weekly poker game. We meet up and play every Thursday. It's a lot of fun, even though it can get pretty heated at times. What's the move, Happy? Please help me end this dry spell. This slump is killing me. Signed, Jack of Hearts.
Dear Jack Off, let me tell you how, in a game of poker and in life, a jack can beat a queen. Can I be blunt? You sound like one unsmooth mess of a man, so I will keep it simple. You know what a tell is in poker? Probably not. You sound like a bitch who thinks whoever gets the best cards wins. Anyway, if you want to bang this Tracy chick, she has got to see your tell. Not your poker tell, but your I'm attracted to you tell. One problem dinks like you make is not realizing that you have to let a girl know you are attracted to her. It's step one, dipshit. But for Christ's sake, you gotta do it in a cool, not creepy way. You're obviously lost as shit, so I'll tell you what to do if you want to get laid. At the next poker game, when everyone else drops out and it's just you and Tracy left, make your move. After the pot gets nice and big, wait for her to place her bet. After she does, look at one of your cards, then stare across the table into her eyes, then look at your cards, then look back at her eyes and say, I see your face, and I raise you a boner. At this point, her mind will become clouded with either primal lust and or utter disgust. When it does, her judgment will suffer, so then go all in and clean that bitch out. Win the pot, take the loot, and go buy a hooker. See, I told you, you dumb fuck, if you play your cards right, sometimes a jack can beat a queen. Now, fuck off.
Here at Stop Projector Discuss Film, we value your opinion.
No. Why, babe? I'm not going back in there.
Closest thing I've ever seen. It's weird.
We have a lot of people throwing up and a lot of people shuddering. But the thing that really surprises me is people faint. I mean, I've never in my life known a movie where people would faint.
I think it's disgusting.
Why?
I don't know, it doesn't, you know, it doesn't make me want to get sick like everybody says. It just, my legs are just going, yeah. Oh my God, I've never seen anything like it.
It doesn't bother me that much. But I guess it bothers her more than it bothered me. I ain't never took my coat and put it over my face like that.
Stop, projector, discuss film.
You know, honey, it's really nice coming home to a slender wife again.
Thank you, Weight Loss Clinic.
And hello, beautiful, clear skin.
Thank you, Dr. Zizmore.
Everything happens to me.
I'm broke. Can't pay my bills.
I think I'm cursed.
I'm just bad luck.
Stop. If you're tired of bad luck, if you think your life is jinxed, now you can change it with E. David Scott's Curse Removal. Call this number and follow simple instructions.
It really works. Within 2 days, I won this car in a drawing and $20,000.
Call and let positive forces instantly cast away the evil spirits that bring you bad luck. $1.95 per minute for entertainment only. Under 18, get permission.
PDF breaking news. It is confirmed that the dastardly babyface McFlusters is indeed inside the Grauman's Chinese Theater, where J-Lo is getting ready to go on stage for her opening number before the world premiere screening of Now Just Me, her 5th self-produced documentary. Our own Mick Swizzle, SPDF entertainment reporter, has wormed his way inside with a camera. Let's go now inside the theater where McFlusters can be seen. What? Vacuuming? What the hell is he up to? Let's take a look. Mick, are you there?
Happy time. Hey, Jeff.
Trudy.
Great performance today. You really came across as a Jeff Leroy Raymond. That you're like your character is like, you know, you're like a fully formed character, which I really appreciate. You know.
Carried all the way full term.
It was like, yeah, you carried the character full term. And we have other stuff we have to get, but we're gonna wait till next time to do more of the Jew brackets. And we also have Cool Rider next time. It's gonna be like going over the riders. We also have the Bellway Blockbusters. We also have Jeff and myself as women, and who's more effable. We also have there's so much.
Extremely effable.
There's so much to get into here.
I'm so
thanks for sticking around. Send us your stuff, spdfpod@gmail.com, and leave a voicemail if you want. I go,
That's
you know,
right.
be the true you.
Or send money.
You are no longer trapped into that
You love
static
us and send
life
money.
that, you know, you're part of the family. You're a part of it.
Yeah.
All right.
Like a Christmas card
I
with
mean-
$10 inside. It'd be fabulous.
Stay cool. Jeff,
Yes.
have you come up with a sign off yet? Or are you like, are you just like, you know,
Oh, no, I'm
take it
just saying
easy,
good
have a good
night.
one?
Yeah,
What do you do?
exactly. Have a good one. Have a safe tomorrow. You know, sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
I like that one. That's pretty good. Yeah. Well, I think we have to work on that.
Something like that.
Till next time.
And you'll see what it sounds like.
As much as I love mirrors and cigarettes and Hollywood whores. Made it big because he had no fear. And even banged Sonny's girl Sheer. Right there in the dairy, yeah.
So, that's the end of that part.
Quarter, 9, quarter bid down, 9, 75, 10, quarter, 9, 75, bid down, 10, quarter bid down, quarter bid down, away with 1,500, 5 bid now, 5 and a quarter, 5 bid now, 5, 75, 5 and a quarter over here, ID 5, 775, it's an 775 on it. I have 775 there now, 775 bid now, 8 quarter bid, 8 quarter bid now, 875 here, 8 quarter, I need 875 on it. 8 quarter bid now, 875 at 8 quarter bid now, 875 down, 9 quarter bid down, 975 at 10 quarter, 975 bid now, 10 quarter bid, 10 quarter bid, 10 quarter. Here it goes. Sold $975. You got $75. What a buy.
Nigga, look at your hair.
Oh, girl, don't talk about my motherfucking
You ain't got shit coming.
Hi. I used to live here. I used to live here. Huh? My name is Jennifer.
Jennifer?
Yeah, I used to live and then my room was upstairs right there. Jennifer Lopez.
Who's Jennifer Lopez?
Me. I used to live here.
I call bullshit.